Rae Armantrout has published 11 books of poetry, has received a Guggenheim Fellowship, has been awarded the National Book Critics Award, has been nominated for a National Book Award, headed up the new writing series at UCSD for nearly 2 decades, where she's still a professor, and received the 2010 Pulitzer Prize for Poetry for her book First. And this is a quote: "A book striking for its wit and linguistic inventiveness, offering poems that are often little thought bombs detonating in the mind long after the first reading. According to Robert Creeley, her poems have a quiet and enabling signature." He adds, "I don't think there's another poet writing who is so consummate in authority and yet so generous to her readers and company alike." Poet and critic Ron Suleiman says, "Trying to read a book by Rae Armantrout in a single sitting is like trying to drink a bowl of diamonds. What's inside is also shiny and clear and even tiny that it appears perfectly doable. But the stones are so hard and their edges so chiseled that the instant you begin, they'll start to rip your insides apart." Right.
Well, hopefully there won't be blood on the floor. Okay, so I have a newish book called Money Shot, and I'm going to start my reading from that. Came out in January. Colony. As if the space around each particle were filled with countless virtual particles. And the Lord said, "I am aware of weighing options, of dither, but the moment of decision has always remained obscure. Which one of these do you most closely resemble? Green stucco bungalow, 4 brown gargoyles on its flat roof, beehive diva, rehab idol, semi-transparent, each stinging jelly is a colony." Working models. A diversity noir hit in which a shapeshifter and a vampire run rival drinking establishments. Demons handle routine tasks once we're in the zone, tagged and released into the workforce. Chicks are forced to find food, grains scattered among pebbles, while monitoring for the appearance of a model predator. Apes can mind read, studies show. What makes us human is our tendency to point. I did read that. It's getting smaller and smaller. Now that they figured out ravens can use tools. Fuel. The sun on my back, like your hand, at night, in bed. And then again, your hand on my back at night, like the sun has burned through 2/3 of its fuel. That you adorn the fallen, that your heads and shafts are smooth, cool, a spongy marble, that you are stock still and spontaneous at once, that you are one, as we always thought we knew. And then the next poem is kind of a continuation of that, or they're sort of a set. The Gift. You confuse the image of a fungus with the image of a dick in my poem. Understand? And 3 days later, a strange toadstool, white shaft, black cap, 5 inches tall, appears between the flagstones in our path. We note the invisible web between fence posts in which dry leaves are gently rocked. then I called the book Money Shot, not really because it's about porn, and it's not all about money, but I did write it in 2008 and 2009 when there was a lot of news about finances and chicanery and just sort of the